What's up, bros? I've been doing probably 95% cold approach, maybe 98% cold approach, 2% to 5% online dating. I only use two dating apps right now, two that you don't have to pay for, and I barely check them. But this is a kind of a pretty good comparison between cold approach contacts and then online dating contacts. So the two different types of contacts and the two different types of conversations you typically have from both. I'm going to show you the dating app conversation first, and I just got this girl's number like off the app, off of Facebook dating, which is that's like one of the only apps you can find girls that are like not super experienced daters. Like Hinge, pretty much every girl on Hinge is going to be a super experienced dater, like a dating app veteran. But Facebook dating, some girls just have Facebook and they just like see the link and then they just click on it and they barely check it. So you can find girls that aren't like super experienced, but still, even this girl didn't really seem that experienced from the app. She still sent me this text, which I sent her the location to meet. I said we could meet here around 1:00. She said, "You're too far away. Why don't you come to blank," which was her area. Pretty rude text. Like, she didn't ask me what I wanted to do. She just kind of like forced the location on me, which for a girl, it's not a very feminine move to like say, "Hey, you got to come to me." I told her where we should meet. I'm the man. She should be like agreeing. It wasn't even that far from her either. It was like, compared to where I live, it's pretty much in the middle. And then I said, "I don't know you. That's why. So we meet halfway." She's kind of like, she wasn't born in the U.S., so that's why my grammar is a little bit off here. I just will do that sometimes if the girl's not born in the U.S. And then she ended up, I can't remember exactly what happened from here, but this is a good example of what a dating app conversation usually is like nowadays. Girls are pretty picky. They'll tell you to go different places. They won't agree with you. They'll be kind of bitchy and rude. And then this next one is a cold approach conversation. So I met this girl in the food court of a mall. She was eating soup in the food court of the mall, and I just did like an indirect approach where I asked her about the soup, and then I asked her about herself, and then I got a conversation going, and then got her Instagram. And off the bat, she was pretty receptive on Instagram. She replied back right away. A couple days later, I went for the date. She agreed, and then here you can see she's like super explaining herself. She even, if you see the first text, she even talks about like having diarrhea, which like a girl on a dating app is not going to be this open. And then says that she had matcha, feels really awful. I said, "Okay, sounds good, 6:30 p.m. I even like, if you see my first text there, "Sorry to hear, we can shift it to 6 or 7 if you want to wait a bit." So I still, even though she gave me like the objection, I still kept it on because I just wanted to show her that I was still interested in meeting. And then said, "Okay, sounds good, 6:30 p.m. The diarrhea medicine is making me feel a little nauseous." I said, "Take a rest, we can text in a..." So when I said take a rest, we can text in an hour or two, I showed that I wasn't that needy. I was just like, "If you want to meet, we can." And then pretty much right away, she's like, "It's okay. As fine as we don't drink anything cold. That's good." And then I just said, "They have hot tea." And then she sent the good text message, which, I mean, this is the contrast between the dating app conversation and the cold approach conversation is kind of night and day here. You don't really find this kind of girl on the right on dating apps as much. It can be pretty difficult. I literally had like a 1 to 2 minute conversation with her in person, and so this is just kind of a pretty good synopsis of the two types of conversation that you typically have nowadays, and some of the benefits of going for cold approach versus the online.